First race of the evening, Atlantic Sire Stakes, 2-year-old B Colts has June's Key, Edgewater Kojo, Robbie McNee, Island LeBaron, Be Consistent, Ellis Road, T-Bear first. Here they come. They're off and pacing. Robbie McNee gets the first call, driving out of the inside. Edgewater Kojo moving up is Be Consistent to settle in third, wide fourth. Is Ellis Road getting away in the 5 spot in the early going as they move by the 8th. Island LeBaron, T-Bear Fern on the limb from 6th. Down inside 7, that's June's Key. And the trailer as they move on to the backstretch for time 1, Sheridan Fulla. Seating arrangements are now complete as they move on to the opening quarter. Out front, leading the pack, Edgewater Kojo by a length and a half. Robbie McNee sits the pocket. Now to the outside and moving up, looking for the top. That's Be Consistent as they move into the turn, approaching the 3/8. Edgewater Kojo now has company on the outside. That's Be Consistent, who's now gathered back and looks to tuck in as they move on past the 3/8. 30 and 2/5 seconds was the opening quarter. Edgewater Kojo is still leading by 1. Racing on the inside second is Be Consistent. On the outside, now uncovered third is Ellis Road, followed by Robbie McNee in 4. Down inside 5, Island LeBaron. Racing 6th is T-Bear Fern. Moving up for 7, Sheridan Fulla. The trailer is now June's Key. Into the paddock turn as they move on to the 5/8. 1 minute and 3/5 was the half. Edgewater Kojo continues to chart the path. Ellis Road on the outside second. Trapped on the inside third, Be Consistent. Robbie McNee getting a good second over Journey in 4. Island LeBaron nowhere to go. 5 down the backside. Final time approaching 3/4. Ellis Road now forges to the top. On the outside, Be Consistent now gives chase second, dropping back. Edgewater Kojo third. Island LeBaron looks to get through fourth. Robbie McNee is 5th, off stride in 6th. T-Bear Fern. They move on to the top turn. Ellis Road, the one to catch. He leads it by 1 with Be Consistent right on his back second. Island LeBaron has taken over third. Tiring on the inside 4th, Edgewater Kojo. 3/4 reached in 1:32. Less than an eighth to come as they move off the top turn. Ellis Road on the outside. Be Consistent is driving on to take over. It's now Be Consistent. Ellis Road. Island LeBaron under urging on the outside. Third down the lane. It will be Be Consistent reporting home at 2 length. Winner second is Island LeBaron. The show spot to Ellis Road. The official winner of the first race, Atlantic Sire Stakes, 2-year-old B Colts, number 5 in your program, Be Consistent, a 2-year-old brown colt by Wavor, out of the Dam Rabbit Test, owned by Angus McDonald, Yukon Northwest Territories, trained and driven to victory by Brian McPhee, Island 204 and 1/5. At trackside to make the cooler presentation, Mr. Reg Weatherby. Race number 2 of the evening, 9 entries. Tip Leafs Girl, Jump, Cool the Engines, Classic Discount, Crystalline, Potential Power, Marsh Bulati, Dee McGee. On the outside 8, the trailer is PSA Express. Here they come. They're off and pacing. Classic Discount away looking for the lead. Cool the Engine drives out and grabs the top spot into the first turn, leaving alertly from the inside. That's Tip Leafs Girl. And she emerges with the early lead as they head for the opening 8th. Cool the Engines will tuck in second. Jump has moved up at the rail and now sits third. Potential Power on the outside, moving up from 4. Down inside 5 is PSA Express. Dee McGee on the limb is moving on. They continue past the opening quarter. Tip Leafs Girl is the leader. Potential Power now up to challenge for the lead. He backs off and it now tucks in second. Up on the limb and parked out third is Dee McGee. Racing 4th, Cool the Engines. Inside 5 is Jump. To the outside, PSA Express is moving to the outer tier as they continue past the 3/8. 30 and 2 is the opening panel. Off the top turn, Tip Leafs Girl continues to show the way by 1. Potential Power is getting a good journey second. Dee McGee gets the parking ticket third. Racing up on the limb from 4 is PSA Express, followed 5 by Cool the Engines. Moving on the outside is Classic Discount. Then we go back to Jump, Crystalline, and the trailer is Marsh Bulati into the paddock turn. Final time as they continue on to the backstretch. Tip Leafs Girl continues to be the boss. Potential Power is right there second. Dee McGee hanging on third on the outside. 101 and 3 1/2. On to the backstretch. Final time. Tip Leafs Girl still by 1. Potential Power is second. Dee McGee on the outside third. Going 3 wide around a tiring Dee McGee is PSA Express as they continue past 3/4. Tip Leafs Girl. PSA Express is gaining ground on the outside. and now drives on to take over. Off stride is Stiff Leaf's Girl as they move on to the top turn. PSA Express now skips off to 3 lengths. Potential Power is second. Classic Discount, the outside, is racing third. Crystalline has moved up, and she trots fourth as they continue off the top turn. 1:33 and 3 3/4. They move for home. PSA Express is clear by some 5 lengths. Potential Power trying to hang in second. Outside, Classic Discount third. Inside the trotter is Crystalline fourth, but it will be PSA Express who wins it on the outside. Classic Discount drives on to finish second, is close for third. Now back in victory lane is the unofficial winner of race 2, number 9, PSA Express, a 4-year-old bay gelded son of Tarport Irvin, owned and trained by Carl Campbell of the deck. Danny Romo driving, mile and 2:04 and 2/5. The cooler in the second race was kindly donated by Kavanaugh's Food Mart. Mr. Ken Sterrett at trackside to make the presentation. Race number 3 of the evening, Lynx's Treasure, Jasper Jewel, Shamrock Bell, Kilkerran Henna, Love Your Herbert, Lively Dandy, EA Faith, Harborview Gidget, and Winola. Here they come. They're off and pacing. Kilkerran Henna drives out for the early lead. Down inside, Lynx's Treasure away second. Jasper Jewel up on the limb third. 3 wide into the turn. He's Lively Dandy from the extreme outside, 4 deep. And vying for a good early spot is Harborview Gidget as they move on by the opening 8th onto the backstretch. Harborview Gidget up on the outside to challenge Kilkerran Henna for the lead as they move down the backstretch, approaching the opening quarter. Outside, Harborview Gidget on the inside. That's Kilkerran Henna. Is racing second. A little gap of 2 lengths back to Lively Dandy third. On the inside and pacing in fourth, Jasper Jewel. Lynx's Treasure is 5. Winola has come away 6th, racing in 7. As they continue on to the top turn is EA Faith, Love You Herbert, and Shamrock Bell is lagging behind, 29 and 2. The opening quarter, single file as they continue off the top turn. On top, it's Kilkerran Henna leading by 2. Harborview Gidget has found room second. Racing along third, Lively Dandy. In the 4 spot, Jasper Jewel. Now starting up the outer tier is Winola from 5, followed by EA Faith 6. Down inside, locked in, Lynx's Treasure 7. Love You Herbert to the passing lane. And Shamrock Bell can see them all as they continue on to the 5/8. Kilkerran Henna is still the leader. Harborview Gidget is second. Here comes the challenge from Lively Dandy on the outside. Getting a second over journey is Winola 4th. Down inside, trapped in 5th, is Jasper Jewel, the half in a minute, 1/5. On down the backstretch. Final time as they approach 3/4. Kilkerran Henna is looking strong out front. Racing in a 2 on the outside as they continue past 3/4 is Winola. They move into the turn and approach the 7/8 on top of the field, and still leading by a length and a half is Kilkerran Henna. EA Faith has made a strong move, and she now sits second. Down inside, dropping back as they continue off the turn. Lively Dandy, they straighten out for the stretch drive. 1:31 and 3 3/4. It's Kilkerran Henna leading by a length on the outside. EA Faith is giving chase at a second on the outside. Third, Winola. Down the stretch, it will be Kilkerran Henna who holds on to win it. It's close. We'll wait for the photo between Winola on the outside and on the inside, EA Faith. Official winner of race 3, number 4, Kilkerran Henna. She's a 3-year-old bay filly by Oil Count out of the dam Libby Time Riggs. Owned and trained by Doug Ferguson of Tattamagush. Jack Ferguson does the driving. Mile a new race record for the filly, 2:03 and 1/5. Cooler in the 3rd race, kindly donated by the Portobello Stables. Mr. Stan Iacen making the presentation. Second division of the Atlantic Sire Stakes for 2-year-old B-pacing colts, Dusty Lane Mac, the Yodeler, the Cloudmaker, Potosi Upton Lad, Castle Bay Duggan, Kilkerran Ideal, Go By Treasure, and Old Hambuster. Here they come. They are off and pacing. Dusty Lane Mac leaving alertly from the inside. Up on the outside, the Yodeler under a firm hold second. Moving up into 3 is Potosi Upton Loud, the Cloudmaker away 4th. Castle Bay Duggan on the outside He's on the limb 5. Old Hembuster gets away 6th. Go By Treasure. Kill Current Ideal is the trailer down the backstretch for the first time. As they move on to the opening quarter, Dusty Lane Mac out front leads by 2. The Yodeler second. Now quickly on the outside, Castle Bay Duggan is moving up to challenge for the lead. Out there 3 wide and racing third is Old Hembuster as they check in at the opening quarter. Castle Bay Duggan in the center with the lead. Old Hembuster is still cut out there 3 wide. He is racing second. Down inside, now giving way third is Dusty Lane Mac. 2 lengths back into the 4 spot. That's where we find the Yodeler. Potosi Upton Lad is racing from 5:31 seconds the opening quarter. They make their way off the top turn, driving through the stretch for the first time out front and leading the pack. It's number 5, Castle Bay Duggan, with the lead 3 parts of a length. On the outside, going a tough journey. Second is Old Hembuster. Inside, Dusty Lane Mac is pacing third. From 4 is the Yodeler. Potosi Upton Lad 5. Quickly up on the outside, here comes Go By Treasure. Following that move is the Cloudmaker, and Kill Current Ideal is at the back of the pack. They continue on past the 5/8. The half was reached in 1:01 and 4/5 seconds. On top, Castle Bay Duggan continues to lead by 1. Dusty Lane Mac is now pulling the pocket as they approach 3/4. Castle Bay Duggan on the outside. Dusty Lane Mac is racing second. Go By Treasure is pacing third. Down inside 4th is the Yodeler. Old Hembuster is tiring on the outside. 5 Potosi Upton Lad. They continue on to the top turn. It's still Castle Bay Duggan with the lead. Giving chase second is Dusty Lane Mac. Down inside and now third is the Yodeler. 4th of the outside, Go By Treasure. Potosi Upton Lad is 5th off the top turn. They straighten out for the stretch drive. 1:33 and 3 the 3/4. And it's Castle Bay Duggan leading the field on home. Dusty Lane Mac on the outside. Racing third down the stretch is the Yodeler. It will be Castle Bay Duggan on the outside. Dusty Lane Mac. Castle Bay Duggan holding on to win it. Dusty Lane Mac second. The Yodeler third. The official winner of the second division of the Atlantic Sire Stakes for 2-year-old B-pacing colts. Number 5 in your program, Castle Bay Duggan. He's by Quality Blue Chip, out of the dam Nancy Rebel, owned by Hugh Baird of the Salty Air Stables of Hampton, New Brunswick. Steve Bahar does the driving, giving the colt a new race record, 2:04 and 4/5. At trackside to make the cooler presentation is Mr. Reg Weatherby. Race number 5, top of the stretch, Disputer, Dream West Lee, Joyous One, Kelly McDonald, Black Limousine, Glenview April, Miss Minnie Mac, Emerald Eyes, and Little River Baron. Here they come. They are off and pacing. Disputer away quickly from the inside to grab the lead. Driving up on the outside, Black Limousine. Dream West Lee looks to tuck in second. They dip into the first turn. Disputer emerges with the early lead. Coming away second, Dream West Lee. Black Limousine parked out third. Down inside 4th. As they continue on to the backstretch is Joyous One. As they move on to the opening quarter, on top, Disputer is the leader by 1. Dream West Lee second. Black Limousine has found a seat third, parked on the outside. Emerald Eyes is moving up from 4. Down inside, racing in 5. Joyous One, followed by Little River Baron. Then we go back into the 7th spot as they continue on to the top turn. That's where Kelly McDonald is, 30 and 1/5. The opening panel, Disputer is the early pace setter. Caught on the outside is Emerald Eyes. She now moves up to challenge as they continue off the top turn. Disputer, Emerald Eyes is parked out and going a tough journey from 2. Down inside, getting a good trip third is Dream West Lee. Black Limousine moving to the outside to pick up cover as they approach the halfway point. Disputer on the outside. It's Emerald Eyes second. Down inside, locked in third. Dream West Lee with cover on the outside, 4th Black Limousine. On the inside with nowhere to go is Joyous One, moving to the outside as they continue on past the 5/8 is Kelly McDonald. Little River Baron is 6th, Glenview April 7, and Miss Minnie Mac can see them all as they head to the backstretch. Final time, half in a minute, 3/5. Disputer continuing to chart the path. Dream West Lee has been enjoying a good journey second. She's content to sit in the pocket. Moving up on the outside, Black Limousine is now third. On the inside, Joyous One, Kelly McDonald is poised for the stretch drive on the outside with cover. They continue on to the top turn. Disputer. Here comes Black Limousine attacking on the outside. Down inside with nowhere to go, Dream West Lee getting a good second over journey on the outside as they move on past the 7/8 Kelly McDonald. She's now tipped 3 wide. They continue off the top turn. Disputer a slim advantage in the center. Black Limousine. Here comes Kelly McDonald. 3 wide as they move off the top turn. Disputer in the center under urging Black Limousine. Kelly McDonald on the far outside as they drive to the lane. Kelly McDonald has the most step and will prevail. Finishing second is Black Limousine. Disputer hangs on for third. Number 4, Kelly McDonald, a 4-year-old bay mare by Springfield, owned by Ernie Laffin of Schimanakadie. Robert Laffin does the driving, giving the mare a new race record, 2:05 and 2/5. Cooler in race 5, donated by Keddy's Truro Inn. Carol Taggart making the presentation. Lanarkshire Stakes 2-year-old A Pacing Colts. 7 entries. Sarah's Dexter, D's Parisan, Philip Down, Alan's Birthday, Kildare Justin, Vic Sample on the outside. Shalom Tobias. Here they come. They're off and pacing. Alan's Birthday fires out quickly for the lead. Driving out on the inside second. D's Parisan. Vic Sample up on the limb is away third and looks to tuck in. Away in the 4 spot is Sarah's Dexter. Philip Down comes away in 5 on the outside 6th as they move on to the backstretch. Kildare Justin and the early trailer as they straighten out onto the opening quarter. Shalom Tobias out front on the outside. That's Alan's Birthday leading 3 parts of a length. Vic Sample is now set up 3 wide as they continue past the opening quarter. Vic Sample out there 3 deep, drives on to stick ahead in front. Alan's Birthday now gives way, racing second. Down inside, Ease Parisan is third. On the outside, Kildare Justin parked out 4th. Down inside, Sarah's Dexter is 5. Philip Down on the move from 6th. And trailing, Shalom Tobias, 29-3, the opening quarter. They move off the top turn, approaching the halfway point. Vic Sample is your leader by 2. Kildare Justin moves up on the outside to challenge second. Down inside, Alan's Birthday is now 3rd. On the limb, left uncovered. As they continue into the paddock turn is Philip Down. Shalom Tobias on the move on the outside. Dees Parisan. And moving from the back of the field is Sarah's Dexter into the paddock turn. Final time, half in 59-3. They move on past the 5/8. Vic Sample still there by 1. On the outside, now to challenge second as they continue on to the 3/4 is Philip Down. On the inside, getting a good journey. 3rd is Kildare Justin. A gap of some 5 lengths back to Sarah's Dexter, who moves on 4th. They continue on past the 3/4. Out front, Vic Sample continues to lead by 3 parts of a length. Philip Down on the outside, giving chase second. On the inside, looking for room is Kildare Justin, making up some ground in 4 now. As they continue on to the top turn is Sarah's Dexter, 131 the 3/4. Moving on past the 7/8. Vic Sample is still there, 3/4 of a length. Kildare Justin has nowhere to go on the inside. Here comes Sarah's Dexter. She's closing up quickly on the outside. Down the stretch, they come to the payoff. Vic Sample, Sarah's Dexter on the outside. Now forges to the top. Sarah's Dexter, Vic Sample fighting back. Sarah's Dexter nails it. Vic Sample second. The show spot going to Kildare Justin. Now back in Victory Lane is the official winner of the 2-year-old Lanarkshire Stakes for A Colts. Number 1, Sarah's Dexter. 2-year-old by Paris Dexter out of Scotch Sarah by Philip Doucette of Summerside and Henry Doucette, Tignish PEI. Henry Smallwood catch driving from Island 203 and 2/5. Mr. Reg Weatherby trackside to make the Cuda presentation. Race number 7 of the evening has Armed Forces, MK Special, Romantic Mountain, Medley Caramia, LJ Joe, I'm a Mayday, Lance's Pal, and Romandus. Here they come. They're off and pacing. I'm a Mayday away quickly looking for the lead. Armed Forces drives out alertly from the inside into the first turn. I'm a Mayday sprints out quickly to grab the top spot. Getting away second is Armed Forces. Up on the outside, Medley Caramia sits 3rd. Down inside 4th is MK Special. Romantic Mountain takes a look from 5 in the early going. Coming away 6th, LJ Joe. Lance's Pal in 7. And trailing down the backstretch for the first time is Romandis. They continue on past the opening station. Out front, I Am a Mayday leads them by a length and a half. Traveling in two is Armed Forces, tied up in the 3 spot. Medley Karamia, MK Special, is on the inside and racing fourth. Romantic Mountain 5, LJ Joe, Lance's Pal, and 4 lengths off and trailing at the back of the field. That's Romandis, 28-3 the opening quarter. They move off the top turn and approach the halfway marker. I Am a Mayday continues at a lively clip. She leads a length and a half. Giving chase out of 2 is Armed Forces. Here comes MK Special, first over third. Down inside now, hemmed in fourth is Medley Karamia. LJ Joe follows live cover on the outside. Romantic Mountain gets shuffled back to 6. 7 on the outside. Lance's Pal, Romandis still trailing. 59-2 the half. They continue past the 5/8. I'm a Mayday is still there, a length and a half. Armed Forces is racing in 2 at the rail. Third, Medley Karamia. MK Special, the outside is fourth. Nowhere to go, Romantic Mountain 5. Forced 3 wide is LJ Joe in 6th. On past the 3/4 they go. I'm a Mayday, the one to catch. She's now there by 2. Up on the outside, Medley Karamia moves on the inside. That's Armed Forces looking for room. Romantic Mountain in 4. The outside, LJ Joe is 5. 129-4 the 3/4. They move on past the 7/8. I'm a Mayday trying to stave off the field as they continue off the top turn, but here comes Medley Karamia charging up on the outside second. Armed Forces down inside is third. They straighten out for the payoff. I'm a Mayday under heavy urging on the outside. Medley Karamia down the stretch. Medley Karamia. I'm a Mayday. Medley Karamia gets there. I'm a Mayday second. It's close for third. Operating back in victory lane, the unofficial winner of race 7, number 4, Medley Karamia, 12-year-old chestnut gelded son of North Pole. Owned by Chris Davis and Cheryl Harvey of Enfield. Trained by Chris Davis. Ronnie McLean catch driving. The mile in 2:02 and 1/5. Cooler in the 7th race was kindly donated by Colchester Co-op Services. Mr. Dave Fullerton making the presentation. Race number 8, top of the stretch. 2-year-old B Colts, Easy Profit, Apohawk, our L Knight, Light Feet, Paris Star, Brody's Monster. Scoring the outside 8 is R.E.'s Gary. Here they come. They're off and pacing Apohawk. Rough gated as they leave into the first turn. Down inside, Easy Profit, our L Knight driving up now to take charge as they hit the first turn. Apohawk is still rough gated as they move on by the opening 8th. RL Knight out there now leads by 2.5 lengths. Easy Profit away second. Down inside, Light Feet is third. Now settling in fourth. That's Apohawk. Paris Star is racing in 5. Brody's Monster has 1 horse beaten. That's R.E.'s Gary as they move on past the opening quarter in single file fashion. Out front and setting the early tempo. That's RL Knight. Easy Profit will get a good journey from the pocket. Racing next in line third is Light Feet, followed in fourth by Apohawk. Paris Star is still fifth, looking at it sixth. As they continue on to the top turn, Brody's Monster, R.E.'s Gary can see them all as they continue off the top turn. Opening panel was in 31 seconds. Positions are unchanged as they continue off the top turn. And race in front of the grandstand for the first time. It's still RL Knight leading the way. Easy Profit is their second, third, and looking to the outside. And now stepping to the outer tier is Light Feet. Apohawk will follow that move fourth. Outside Brody's Monster, then Paris Star, and R.E.'s Gary is still trailing into the paddock turn. Final time as they move on now to the 5/8. Halfway home in 1:02 and 4/5 seconds. Out front, RL Knight is continuing on the front end now by 2 lengths. Easy Profit is second. Outside, Light Feet third. Apohawk looks to go 3 wide from 4. Brody's Monster is pacing in 5. Further back, Paris Star and R.E.'s Gary. They move on past 3/4. RL Knight looking strong on the front end. Closing up the gap some second is Easy Profit. Outside third, Apohawk. Dropping back, Light Feet fourth. Brody's Monster is fifth. They race into the turn, approaching the 7/8. Out front, RL Knight. Easy Profit is gaining on the outside second. Down inside, and racing third is Apohawk. Off the top turn, it's still RL Knight with the lead. Here comes Easy Profit attacking on the outside. Down the stretch, Put to the whip is R.L. Knight. On the outside and closing in is Easy Profit, and he'll get there. R.L. Knight second, the show spot going to Brody's Monster. Back into victory lane. The winner of the Atlantic Star Stakes 2-year-old B Colt division. Number 1, Easy Profit, a 2-year-old son of Explosive BC, owned by Arthur Moore of Halifax, trained and driven to victory by Danny Romo. Mile in 2:03 and 4/5. Doug Ferguson along with Reg Weatherby at trackside making the cooler presentation. Race number 9 of the evening, Cameron Brent, Chief Tutor, Cobblewood Noble, Fussy's Filly, BG's Eversharp, Cambridge Dynamo, Marmashidino, Captain Finesse. In the back tier, Artie's Music. Here they come. They're off and pacing as they leave the gate. Cameron Brent is hustled out from the inside to grab the lead. Cobblewood Noble up on the outside is away second. Artie's Music down inside has come away in the 3 spot. On the outside, looking to take a seat fourth, BG's Eversharp, followed by Chief Tutor. And we go back into the 6 as they continue on to the backstretch for the first time and find Fussy's Filly. They move on to the opening quarter with seating arrangements now complete on the front end. Cameron Brent leading by a length and a half. Cobblewood Noble is giving chase out of 2. Artie's Music away third. Racing in fourth is BG's Eversharp. Chief Tutor has 5. Fussy's Filly 6. Cambridge Dynamo 7. In 8, Marmashidino. And the trailer is Captain Finesse. Single file as they head to the top turn, 29 and 2, with Cameron Brent out front, setting the early fractions. Staying right with them second is Cobblewood Noble. Then we have a gap of 3.5 lengths back to Artie's Music in 3 off the top turn. They enter the stretch for the first time. Cameron Brent leads the way with Cobblewood Noble racing second. Artie's Music is third. BG's Eversharp with an eye to the outside fourth. Here comes Cambridge Dynamo in the passing lane 5. Following is Marmashidino, down inside, locked in Chief Tutor. Then Fussy's Filly and Captain Finesse is sent to the outer tier from the back of the field into the paddock turn, 59 and 2.5. They continue on past the 5/8. Cameron Brent still there by 1. Cobblewood Noble now pulls the pocket. On the outside now with cover is Artie's Music third. Inside locked in is BG's Eversharp fourth. Cambridge Dynamo within striking distance has 5. Chief Tutor in 6. Marmashidino, Captain Finesse 3 wide from the back of the field. The field tightens up as they move past the 3/4. And Cobblewood Noble has now moved on to take over at the rail. Cameron Brent is second. Artie's Music on the outside looms a dangerous second now as they move on to the top turn. It's Cobblewood Noble, 1:30 and 1/5 to 3/4. Artie's Music on the outside is second. Cameron Brent trying to hang in third. BG's Eversharp now coming 3 wide. Off the turn, they straighten out to the stretch drive. Cobblewood Noble with the lead. Artie's Music closing in. Far outside, BG's Eversharp. Cobblewood Noble on the outside. Artie's Music. Cobblewood Noble wins it. It's close. We'll wait for the photo between Artie's Music and BG's Eversharp for second. Now fading back in victory lane, the winner of race 9, number 3, Cobblewood Noble, 6-year-old brown gelded son of Maynard Maximus, under the dam courtesy Elbar, over the Cobblewood Farm of Truro, trained by Gordon Dickey, Dave Pinckney catch driving, mile in 2:01 and 1/5. Cooler in race 9, kindly donated by United Toad of Canada, Dennis Hashi making the presentation. Race number 10 of the evening, Brookdale Chief, Joe Bifstick, Masculine Touch, Land of Nod, Nap Time A, George R, Jig Time, Rambo, and Uchi Angus. Here they come. They're off and pacing. Nap Time A fires out quickly and grabs the top spot as they hit the first turn. Moving up on the outside. And now to settle in second is George R as they head for the opening 8th. Nap Time A out there leads by 2. George R away second. Jig Time Rambo moves up on the limb third. Out the rail away fourth is Joe Bifstick, followed by Masculine Touch in 5. Land of Nod 6th. 7th is Uchi Angus, and Brookdale Chief is the early trailer after the miscue leaving. They continue on past the opening quarter. Nap Time A is your leader. Jig Time Rambo has found room in the pocket, followed third by George R. Joe Bifstick is pacing along in 4. Masculine Touch stays with them 5. Gap of 4. Back to Land of Nod in 6. To the outside, Uchienga 7. And Brookdale Chief can see them all. 29-3 the opening quarter. They continue off the top turn and through the stretch for the first time. Nap Time A maintains a 1-length lead. In along the fence and racing second as they approach the halfway point. Jig Time Rambo moving up first over. That's Uchienga down inside. And sitting in 4th is George R. Following cover on the outside from 5 is Brookdale Chief. Nowhere to go. Joe Bifstick 6. Land of Nod moving 7. And Masculine Touch is now shuffled to the back of the field. 101 into 3/5 was the half. They continue on past the 5/8. Nap Time A still there by 1. Jig Time Rambo is content to set the pocket. Outside first over is Uchienga. George R. inside, locked in 4th. In 5, Brookdale Chief looks to go 3 wide as they approach 3/4. It's still Nap Time A by 1. Getting a good journey out of 2. That's number 7. As they continue on to the upper turn, Jig Time Rambo. George R. moves to the outside. Joe Bifstick now has racing room in 4. Onto the top turn they go. Nap Time A trying to hold them off. 132 and 3 3/4. On the outside, as they come off the top turn, is George R. Down inside, locking racing room, is Jig Time Rambo. Here comes Joe Bifstick up 3 wide for the drive. Down the lane, it's George R. now taking over. Joe Bifstick, a late surge on the outside. George R. off stride, and the winner is Joe Bifstick. Off stride second, George R. It's close for third. Operating back in victory lane. Bifstick, a 5-year-old brown horse by Horton Hanover, owned by Glenn Smith of Truro. Trained and driven to victory by Don Rector, the mile in 2:02 and 3/5. Cooler in the 10th race, kindly donated by Scottsburn Dairy Group. Race number 11. Atlantic Sire Stakes, 2-year-old pacing colts, A Division, Kalmar Fred, Cruisin' Dandy, Grampy's winner, Gordon Shumway, Silver Ghost, RB Down, Clonmel Tyson, outside Harbor View Hooligan. Here they come. We have a recall in race 11. Once again, the 2-year-old colts, top of the stretch, Kalmar Fred, Cruisin' Dandy, Grampy's winner, Gordon Shumway, Silver Ghost, RB Down, Clonmel Tyson, and Harborview Hooligan. Here they come. They're off and pacing. Grampy's winner first off the gate, looking to grab the lead as they drive into the first turn. Cruisin' Dandy on the inside second. Gordon Shumway up on the outside is hustled up, looking for a good early spot as they move on by the opening 8th. On the outside, Gordon Shumway. On the inside, Grampy's winner, Silver Ghost, has tucked in nicely third. Getting away in the 4th spot as they approach the opening quarter is Cruisin' Dandy. Harborview Hooligan has 5, Kalmar Fred 6, RB Down 7, and Clonmel Tyson is the early trailer. They move on past the quarter and race into the turn, and now up to take charge. It's Gordon Shumway leading by a length and a half. On the inside, giving chase out of 2 as they continue on past the 3/8 is Grampy's winner. A demanding opening quarter, 27-4. They move off the top turn and drive through the stretch, approaching the halfway point. On top, Gordon Shumway leads by 2. Grampy's winner is staying right with him second. Silver Ghost right there third. A gap of some 7 lengths back to Kalmar Fred on the outside 4th. They race into the lower turn, moving on to the 5/8. Gordon Shumway with the lead. Grampy's winner is right there second. Pacing third is Silver Ghost. 57-1. They continue on to the backstretch. Gordon Shumway, track record speed as they move on to the 3/4. Grampy's winner, he's right there second. Silver Ghost tailing off third. Outside and moving up, it's Kalmar Fred. Those 2 fine colts on past the 3/4. Gordon Shumway still there a length and a half. Trying to stay with him second is Grampy's winner, Kalmar Fred, going a big trip turn. He's closing up the gap. 128-2, the 3/4. Gordon Shumway on top. Cal Murfred is closing up quickly. Grampy's winner is third. Gordon Shumway, Cal Murfred. Gordon Shumway impressively. Cal Murfred second, the show spot to Grampy's winner. Now heading back into victory lane. The official winner of the second A division for the 2-year-old colts, number 4, Gordon Shumway. The brown colt by Quality Blue Chip out of Queen Barbara, of Bayou Baird, and the Salty Air Stable of Hampton, New Brunswick. Trained Bayou Baird. Steve Mahar does the driving. Ladies and gentlemen, that's a new Truro track record for 2-year-olds. The mile in 2 minutes and 3/5. At trackside to make the cooler presentation on behalf of the Atlantic Standardbred Breeders Association, Mr. Jack Ferguson. Race number 12, Stone Rakes Alphatron, Jonquil's Girl, CS Diana, Quality Record, Pace Fast Greg, Home at Last, Words of Wisdom, Fussy Christine, and Amber Kelly. Here they come. They're off and pacing. Quality Record gets the first call. Stone Rakes Alphatron driving out from the inside, away second. Jonquil's Girl on the outside. He's getting away in 3. Down along the rail, Amber Kelly fourth, hustled up on the outside. As they move on past the opening 8th, is Fussy Christine onto the backstretch for the first time, approaching the quarter. Stone Rakes Alphatron moves out and takes the lead. Up on the outside, Fussy Christine second. Down inside, Quality Record now sits third. Jonquil's Girl is racing fourth. Amber Kelly looks at it from 5. Home at Last has 6. He has Diana in 7. Down inside, racing in 8. He's Home at Last. That should be Pace Fast Greg. As they continue on to the top turn, 29-4 the opening quarter. Out front and leading the field, it's number 8, Fussy Christine, by 1 length. Stone Rakes Alphatron giving chase second. On the inside, Quality Record is third. There goes Jonquil's Girl stepping to the outside fourth. Off the turn and through the stretch, they come up past the halfway point. Fussy Christine is leading by 1. Quickly on the outside, Jonquil's Girl now drives on to take over. It's Jonquil's Girl on top. Fussy Christine is second. On the inside, Stone Rakes Alphatron third. Up on the outside is Amber Kelly in fourth. Quality Record now locked in 5. Onto the backstretch, half in a minute and 2/5. As they move on to the 3 quarters, Jonquil's Girl the one to catch. She leads by 1. Fussy Christine right there second. Stone Rakes Alphatron third. Quality Record is fourth. On the outside, Amber Kelly 5. Home at Last. Looks for room in 6. He has Diana 7. As they continue on past the 3 quarters, Jonquil's Girl continues to lead the way. Fussy Christine out of the outside to challenge second. Down inside third, Stone Rakes Alphatron. Quality Record is racing in 4. They continue on to the 7/8. Jonquil's Girl is the leader on the outside. That's Fussy Christine. They were by 3 quarters, 1:31 1/5. They make the final turn. Jonquil's Girl with Fussy Christine giving chase second. Down the lane, they come to the payoff. Jonquil's Girl, Fussy Christine on the outside, moving up third, Home at Last. But it will be Jonquil's Girl who wins it. Finishing second, Fussy Christine, the show spot to Home at Last. Rating back in victory lane, the winner of race 12, number 2, Jonquil's Girl, 6-year-old bay mare by Jonquil Hanover out of Kentucky Girl, owned by Alden Gauthier, trained and driven by Earl Smith, the mile in 2:01 4/5. Cooler in race 12 was kindly donated by Blakey's Dodge Chrysler. Mr. Lee Blakey making the presentation.